Hey there folks, and welcome back to another weekend shave. And today we're going to use the Wolfman open comb head for the first time on video. I've used it a couple of times but not on video, and I wanted to show you, for one, how the blade sits in here, which I really like. I'm using a Persona Red. What I really like about some of the razors that I'm seeing now is the blade is held in, I should say, by these two bars, and that does not allow for any play, and it centers the blade perfectly. So design wise, I really like that. You don't have to struggle to get the blade in perfectly flush, and there's no play, and it holds it in very, very tight. Also, the blade on this one sits fairly flat, so it's a bit of a different experience. I'm using the Above the Tie Atlas handle, which is a wonderful handle. And so here we go. Here's our Wolfman open comb razor. I'm going to use a classic today, Cella, which is a great classic soap, marzipan, almond scent, just wonderful. And the fine angel hair brush, which I did a video on yesterday. And as you know, if you watched that video, this is very much like the Plaisant in terms of the knot. The knot, you know, again, appears to me to be a bit smaller, perhaps not as dense, but the knot itself is very, very soft, just like the Plaisant, and I really like that. So we're going to give it a go for an actual shave and see how it holds up over 3 passes. And Cella, what can I say? Classic soap, many of you know about it. It's wonderful. If you don't have this, it's one that I think everybody should have. It's sort of like Top Sandalwood and Proraso Green. It's a classic. I mean, it's something that should be in everyone's den, I think. Great classic soap. All right. Hope everyone's doing well today. It looks like it's around 8 now, and it's already 80 degrees outside, so it's going to be a hot one here today, and I hope it's warm where you are and you get a chance to get outside. It's what I've been really enjoying. All right, we got our load. Let's wet our face and get going. Stand by. Oh yeah, as I said yesterday, this fine angel hair brush, the knot feels extremely similar to the Plaisant. It may in fact be sourced by the same folks who provide knots to Plaisant. I do not know, but it certainly feels like it. It's the closest knot that I have experienced to the Plaisant. So it may actually be one, because it feels almost identical to me. All right. So as you can see here, Cella lathers wonderfully. Got that great marzipan scent too. I really like it. Again, a classic. All right, we got our lather here, and let's get our razor and get going. The Wolfman razor. This is my 3rd time using it, and what I would say about it is I'm reluctant to call it aggressive, because it doesn't really feel aggressive to me, but it does feel efficient. And by that I mean, you know, some razors you can just feel a lot of blade on your skin, and you can just tell they are really aggressive. A lot of blade hanging out, a lot of blade gap, things of that nature. With this one, it feels like it is very effective at removing whiskers, but at the same time, you don't feel like it's super aggressive and hard on your face, if that makes any sense. All right, let's rinse the face and get back and go for pass 2. Stand by. So when I say it feels efficient, highly efficient, I mean it just really feels like it's doing a superb job of removing whiskers without that feel of being super aggressive with a lot of blade on your face, or a lot of blade gap, or feeling like you really need to be super careful with it. That's the way I feel about this Wolfman OC after 3 shaves. So, I mean, I haven't had a lot of time with it, but even from the first time I use it, you could just tell, okay, this thing's doing an excellent job of removing hair, but yet it's smooth and it doesn't feel overly aggressive. So That's the way I would characterize it. Highly efficient. All right. Pass 2. Again, it just feels smooth. It feels to me a lot like my above the tie slants in terms of just being smooth. They are very smooth. And I really enjoy it. I have no buyer's remorse on purchasing this Wolfman razor. Wolfman head, I should say, at least. Eric Sletton, a buddy of mine, happened to see this up in a buy, sell, and trade, and he knew that I had posted somewhere that I was interested in buying one, and he called me at night, and I was able to get it. So thank you, Eric. This is definitely a great find and really something I'm very happy with. So thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it. All right, rinse the face and go for pass 3. So back on efficiency, you ever have those shaves where you do your 3 passes and then you rub your face and you're like, wow, I'm BBS. I didn't really focus and try to get BBS, which I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend that anyone actually ever try for BBS. Just shave and let it come as it comes. This Wolfman razor and my above the tie slants are razors that, for me, I don't have to try to really cut every little whisker. It just does the job. They do the job, I should say. And you get that 3rd pass done, you feel your face, and you're like, wow, this was a great shave. And so it's why I'm a really big fan of above the tie. And becoming a big fan of this Wolfman as well. They are a little bit hard to come by now. But let's hope production can be up, because I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this razor. I really do. A little bit pricey, but you know, for me, it's really excellent. 3rd pass. And one of the things that I'm noticing, by the time the 3rd pass comes around, you know, and I'm doing my against the grain, there's not much left. And so it's really efficient, again, in removing whiskers. Because a lot of times on my 3rd pass, I'm still, you know, you can hear a lot of whiskers still being removed. But with this Wolfman, after pass 1 and 2, you've gotten the majority of it. At least for me, it's the way it works for me. And as you can see here, you know, I can talk and babble and do all this stuff and you know, no cuts or nicks. And so that's really good. The design of this razor just lends itself to efficiency without super aggressiveness or risk of nicking and cutting yourself. All right, let's get the stash area. I do shut up when I do that normally. All right, so we're rinsed off, and I'm telling you, we've had an excellent shave. Using the Thayer's Cucumber Witch Hazel, as always, really a miracle thing for me in terms of clearing up a skin condition that I have, and I've spoke to that many times, so I won't babble about it much today. All right, let's talk about the equipment. And by the way, that was a nice, smooth, comfortable shave, which is what you want. The Wolfman razor on Above the Tie Atlas. Absolutely superb. I love it. It hits the mark for me on every level. It's right there with my Above the Tie razors. Well made, stainless steel, just absolutely superb. I love it. Thank you, Eric Sletton, for pointing this out, that it was available on a buy, sell, and trade. I really, really like it. So if you get a chance to get your hands on one of these, I say take advantage of it if it sounds interesting to you. The fine angel hair synthetic brush, very close to the Plisson in terms of knot. Again, I think the knot is a bit smaller, maybe less dense, but does very well for 20 bucks. I think this is an excellent value if you want a soft knot. I did see a post yesterday after my video where someone said, I predict this video is going to sell a lot of brushes, and I just want to make something clear. My intention is never to sell products, because I don't get anything out of it. I don't get kickbacks from the vendor, nor would I take them. I don't get free stuff in exchange for promotion. I just talk about what I like. And so when I say I think this is a really great value, it's what I mean. Of course, I want all the vendors to do well, including Fine, but it's not my goal to sell product. I've talked about the Plasan for a very long time. In Plasan, folks don't even know who I am. So I'm not on the Plasan payroll, certainly not on Fine or any other payroll, but I really do think this is an excellent value. And it has a great classic look too. Cella, wonderful classic soap. Get it if you don't have it. And I'm going to use RazoRock XX, which is something that I haven't used for a long time. And Cella is something that's hard for me to find aftershave to go along with, to be honest. So XX is kind of sweet, and I think it works. And this is great, by the way, this aftershave. I just love it. And if you haven't been to Italian Barber recently, go check it out, because he's been getting in all kinds of new stuff. He's, really doing a lot of great work. The reason why I like RazoRock, again, is because of value. Someone asked me last week, why do I talk so much about RazoRock? It's because I love the fact that they put out value products, and you can get an aftershave, a great aftershave for $10, and it lasts a long time. And so I'm a big fan of that, and I'm always going to be a big fan of that. That's where I stand on RazoRock. No, I don't get anything from Joe or anyone else for that matter. Just have to clarify that every now and then, because folks will make assumptions that are not accurate. For me, this is all about a hobby and having fun. It's not about receiving things or anything like that. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Get outside if you get a chance and enjoy some of this beautiful weather, assuming you have it. If you don't, have a great day anyway. You guys have some great shaves as well.